Welcome back to The Takeout. Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates testified before the House Oversight Committee, which is investigating the late Jeffrey Epstein and his relationships. In the closed-door interview, Gates told lawmakers he had no knowledge of the deceased sex offender's crimes. He also said he was never interested in a personal relationship with Epstein and never went to his island, his ranch, or his home in Florida. Massachusetts Democratic Congressman Stephen Lynch joins us now. He's a member of the House Oversight Committee, and he was at Gates's closed-door testimony. Congressman, it's so good to see you. Tell us everything. How long did he testify for? What was his demeanor, and what did you learn?
Well, I think in total it was probably 4 hours that he was before the committee. We rotate. Republicans have an hour, then Democrats an hour. We go back and forth. But I thought he was responsive to our questions. He was cooperative in that sense. He didn't try to avoid things. Mr. Gates did push back on a couple of emails that were sent by Epstein, but to Epstein. So he had never seen them. So there were some implications that he had engaged in some wrongdoing that could not be substantiated.
Did you find it believable when he said that he didn't know anything about Epstein's crimes and that he didn't seek to have a personal friendship with Epstein?
No, he actually did concede that he knew that there were crimes committed. When I asked him about, I said, now, when you met Epstein, I said, he was already a registered sex offender. So he said, I was not aware of that he was a registered sex offender. But he said he knew he had a past and that there were crimes involved. He had been given information relative to that. There was also a piece of this that was, there was an element of blackmail that Epstein used against him. Epstein had basically found out from some of Gates's staff that he had a couple of extramarital affairs, and he was sort of hanging that over Gates's head. I think eventually Gates came out publicly and spoke with his wife and explained to her what he had done. So when that transpired, Epstein went on to something else, saying that he was going to, disclose some allegations that he had contracted an STD from some Russian girls, but there was no record that could be substantiated.
What did you make of Epstein's claim that one of the reasons that he was in communication with Epstein was because he wanted his help setting up a donor-advised fund? I mean, this is one of the richest men in the world. You would imagine he'd have an entire financial team at his disposal to do something as simple as setting up a DAF. Why would he even need Epstein for that?
Right. Well, that was really the pitch that Epstein gave him. He went to Gates just like he went to Les Wexner, right? He was trying to get him to allow him to handle the funds. That's the business he was in. So Epstein went to first he sought people around Gates to introduce him to Gates. So there were several people that kind of steered Epstein towards Gates and made those connections. But it was really Epstein that was trying to get access and control of the ability to invest some of those funds that Gates had outside of his foundation. And he was promising Gates that he would bring other money into the picture and that it would amplify the effect of what he was doing already on his global health initiative in Africa and elsewhere. So that was Epstein's game. And at the end of it all, Gates, I think, and I think Melinda Gates had a lot to do with this. Melinda Gates said, no, you're not doing business with that guy. I don't want to see Epstein, around here anymore. So she was actually protecting Bill Gates in all of this. And I think her caution and her alarm really made the difference here that deal did not go through, to her credit.
So if we pull back, what is the significance of what Bill Gates told you today when it comes to the committee's understanding of the way that Jeffrey Epstein operated?
Okay, so there were a lot of very cryptic emails back and forth that we couldn't quite make sense of. And so we asked him about a lot of those. Out of that clarification by Gates, we were able to identify probably 3 or 4 people that we need to talk to next. And they were aware of Epstein's activity and did not disclose that fact to Gates. So, of course, this is an 18-year saga from when Epstein first started abusing young women till when he took his own life. So there's a long trail of carnage along the way here, and we're trying to go through. We've only got the first 3 million documents, right? So there's another 3 million documents that we're going to have to go through as well till we get to the bottom of this.
Wow. Well, it must have been a fascinating 4 hours. We appreciate you telling us all about it. Democratic Congressman Stephen Lynch of Massachusetts, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you.